A new note on myth and legend, especially the Greek world, the myths of the Western side of the globe. I'm more concerned with and aware of. In terms of the Buddha and his stories, I know little. I mentioned, I think, in one of the previous notes here, if it wasn't a note on something else, the Buddha in his meeting with an adversary, just briefly I repeated if I did say something about it, who was very aggressive, had hateful thoughts, and the Buddha basically said, well, like the food which is left over from a party, I don't want your negative, hostile thinking and thoughts, so you keep them like that food. But apart from this and some other legends connected with his life, how he met on that trip out, negative aspects of life which he wasn't aware of, and the family kept away from him and wanted to investigate, and then went into the world outside the palace and eventually became the Buddha, to cut it along, to cut a long story short. Apart from these, I, I have little knowledge of the Eastern great traditions, but I may be working on it. I've started a book on the religions of the world, a new one. I've made a few notes on the religions of the world. But then again, over there I also concentrated on our side of the world. If there is some attraction from the myths, speaking of this, and the legends of the East, I like the compassion, even if I don't feel it often in traffic. The day after, the day after tomorrow, I will start on the bike again, so I will be in traffic and face various silly drivers, and I say to myself once in a while, I have to be calm and don't worry. But then once the first one is coming close to me and I feel threatened or just pissed off, I start fucking him off. I start cursing and, more important, behaving very unlike a Buddhist, the contrary. But I like the serenity, the peace, the concept of nirvana, in the sense that, of course, nirvana means you reach nirvana when you have no more desire, you wish for nothing, you've reached it. And that's beyond all of us, except for the Buddha, and who knows if he has a. You see, I'm not even familiar with that. Will there be another Buddha? Will there be a redeeming? I'm not sure. But the idea of having as little desire for petty things, that sounds good. And if not, a compassion and a love for everybody, the likes of Trump, Duterte, and the stupid, some of these stupid leaders of the world. Others are okay. Merkel is a bit bland, and she sounds, she's been criticized for that. She sounds very unexciting, to say the least, but she's alright. There's so many other lunatics. What's his name? Maduro, Venezuela. So I love compassion for these. I cannot do, but at least as much as possible. So that's to have a goal to be as loving and kind as possible. That's not just Buddhism, it's in the positive psychology classics, like the How of Happiness, wherein Sonia Lubomirsky, professor at the University of California, again a classic, a genius, has a number 4, yes, and among the 12 rules of happiness, a random acts of kindness. So if you're kind, you will be happy. And that's tested and demonstrated by science. It's not just in the Buddhist tradition, but that also has a reincarnation, and I have qualms, to say the least, with that.